Back with us now, former acting ICE Director Ron Vitiello. It's great to see you again. Okay, this week we had Border Patrol agents in the Rio Grande Valley in Brownsville, Texas, near McAllen as well. 9 criminal illegal immigrants they caught them from Tuesday to Wednesday. 2 were convicted murderers, 2 sex offenders, 5 MS-13 gang members. What about the gotaways?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, it's so busy down there. They're so overwhelmed. Luckily, they caught these 9 in a couple of days, but it just shows you the risks that they face, the agent workforce faces as it relates to the people that are in this pipeline. And then think about the people who traveled with those criminals in the pipeline, right? They take advantage. Everybody's in danger. You have these people that are inside of this flow like we've never seen before. Convicted criminals and gang members, and they're doing. They're accelerating the human trafficking that's going on down there. They're missing out on drug seizures. Luckily, they got these 9, but it just gives you an idea of the risks that are faced. Those people aren't staying in those communities either, right? The border communities suffer, but most of those people are going to be moving on. They're coming to other places in the United States.
Yeah, there's nighttime flights, the complaints about Homeland Security flying illegal immigrants into states like Florida and Pennsylvania. And now, Ron, we've got Pennsylvania Republicans following the Florida governor saying, you know what, we're going to send them to Delaware instead, because what you're doing is you're putting a major strain on our health and our education system and our law enforcement system, right?
Yeah, and it's not just these charter flights, right? We saw the flights into Florida, we saw the flights into Pennsylvania, and I'm glad that some of the states like Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, I'm glad they're stepping up, because this is the nonsense that's produced by an out-of-control border. So it isn't just those charter flights. It's people, if you go anywhere near the border, you see kids leaving in droves to shelters all over the country. And so it's not just those big one-time flights, but this is happening every day, all day. And again, they're leaving the border environment because they're being released by authorities down there. And then the shelters are all over the country, so they need to travel by air. But the department could really help themselves here. This has been a problem for a long time. And they could work with local leadership. They can talk to the representatives there in Pennsylvania and places like Florida and tell them, like, look, under the law, these are the things we have to do. And doing it in the middle of the night, I don't know that helps the image of what's going on. And then not letting people know, not letting the local towns know that they are going to have an additional burden with more kids in school, with more people accessing the health care locally. So they need to get out of this stepping on themselves and talk to these communities to tell them what's going on. Be more transparent.
Yeah, we hear you, Ron. And there's also this issue, Democrat Mayor Michael Bloomberg of New York, also Bill de Blasio said you should not give illegal aliens, non-U.S. citizens, the right to vote because it will discourage them from becoming naturalized legal immigrants, right? Legal citizens. But House Democrats blocked a plan that would have required states to remove foreign nationals from voter rolls. We found 15 municipalities allow non-U.S. citizens to vote, right? So that's what's going on in this country. It's really interesting that we see this happening in Maryland, New York, Vermont, and in California.
The franchise to vote, the privilege that U.S. citizens have to vote should not be watered down by these local towns and communities that are given what they're saying legal immigrants a chance to vote. That's an incentive for you to naturalize. If you come to the country, we welcome immigrants into this country all the time. And when they come and they get a green card, after a couple of years, they can apply to be citizenship. That's an incentive for them to involve in politics and vote for their governors, their mayors, their school boards, the sheriff. That's an incentive, and they shouldn't water it down because it dilutes the franchise for the rest of us.
Yeah. And, Democrats and the president say we need to preserve the integrity of the vote. Isn't this ruining the integrity of the vote? Your final word.
Yeah, they're all over the place, right? There's inconsistent messaging going out. They don't want people to use an ID to vote, but yet they want people who are supposed to be in the country legally to vote anyway. It's watering it down. It's confusing people, and we need to do better.
Ron Vitiello, it's great to have you on the show. Come back soon. And thank you so much for your service to our country. It's great to have you on. Come back again. Okay.